So much coffee, too little time, and still feeling blue from last time? Yes. So watch a corporate mouse on the journey to learn CSS. Join me and see things like this. Because why not? ACV web page, part 3, font adjustments. Hi there, it's Katcoolka. How are you today? Take a seat and let's jump into the CSS and font adjustments. The first declaration I would like to add in CSS is the text transform, and I will change it to uppercase. So in this special situation, the H1 will have all the letters as uppercase. The next declaration that I'm going to change is the font size of H1. So let's type font size and I'm adding 10 pixels. After the refresh, it looks quite strange, so let's change it to something bigger. Let's say 100 pixels and let's refresh the page. Okay, this is weird and scary, so no, this is not the font size I would like to use, so I would like to change it to a different number. And that should be around 30 pixels, so after the refresh of future web page, we can see how it looks like, and it is much better than previously. As I am talking a lot about selectors and declaration, let's add a little bit of information from internet into this video, in my infographic. And let's go back to the CSS where I will change another property, but this time under H2 element, and again it is font size. As stated previously, I will not add a very specific size or big size. I will add 18 pixels, so it looks very similar in each section. By the way, to avoid confusion, selectors refer to HTML elements, so I might be mentioning elements as well as selectors throughout this video. Now I would like to change the font size also for the special element we've created last time called main, and it is a paragraph with a special ID called main. So in this case I am copy pasting the size from H2 into the main selector. While we are on the topic of the paragraph, let's play with this selector as well. I would like to change the font size for this part to 10 pixels, and after I refresh the future web page you can see that you don't see anything. Let's make the font size bigger and to set it to 15 pixels. This size is more readable and much closer to the template I'm trying to recreate. Speaking of the template, I have not showed it to you, right? Or have I? No. Okay, let's change it, and this is the template I'm trying to recreate. It is currently as a picture in one node. As you can see, the background is the same, but we have still a lot of work to do with the text and the formatting, so it looks exactly or almost exactly as in this template. If you are interested in the hardware I'm using for creation of this video, please check my description box down below with my affiliate links that you can use with no additional cost to you. Okay, with that said, let's do some cleanup. I would like to create some space in H1, so I will move the text transform uppercase below the font size and modify the properties a bit. During my course, I learned that we should group the properties with similar settings together, so it makes sense when you review the script later. And it's also easier for another reviewer to find a specific property. Now I would like to modify the font weight of the H1 and assign the value 100. And after a refresh of the future web page, you can see that the font itself is a bit thinner than previously. While I was browsing the internet, I found out that the font weight can be defined in numeric values from 100 to 900, and 400, for example, means that the font is displayed as normal, and 700 means that it will be displayed as bold, which is quite useful in my opinion for general knowledge about font weight. In order to center the whole page, I will use the margin left set to auto, which will push the text from the left, and also I will set the property margin right to auto in order to push the text from the right. After the refresh of the future web page, you can see how the text reacts and it is pushed in the center. And when I change the size of the web browser, you can see how the text reacts to this change. When I compare it to the template, you can see that we are on the right path in order to achieve the result, but I am still not satisfied with the look of the headings, so let's change that. Text transform uppercase will make sure that all H2 headings or headings 2 are on the same level with the same size and in same style, so we don't have this situation when the master of web design has a completely different look than the rest. When I was inspecting the original page from the template, I realized that the H2 element or H2 selector has a smaller font size. So let's remove a few pixels from this H2 part, and after refresh we can see how it looks like in the future web page. And I think we are getting closer to the final look. I'm also wondering what changes I can do, and let's play with the text align and change the left into center and see how the overall look of this Curriculum Vitae web page will change with this small change in the CSS. A completely different story, right? Okay, let's change it back to the left and refresh the future web page, so we can do the final and complete look on the template and compare what has been done. As you can see on the screen, the template and my future web page are getting similar. In this video I was changing mainly the font size, font weight. I transformed some selectors and their properties, and in a moment I will show you what were the requirements for today and for the previous video. If you are not familiar with that, please watch it. I will put the link in the top right corner so you can check it. So what exactly was completed by now? As you can see on the screen, I set the size, color and font type, the font itself. I centered the text and I used several different properties like text align center on their parent, and I also centered the whole page with margin left auto and margin right auto, and as you can see, this is the requirement from the homework and the project I'm trying to follow and recreate in this video series. Are you interested if I achieve the required result? Please consider subscribing, liking this video or leaving a comment under this video. Thank you for watching. See you next time.